Do you find yourself experiencing similar treatment from different people? Do you find yourself experiencing difficult romantic relationships? Do you find yourself experiencing difficult friendships? Do you find yourself experiencing people not showing up for you fully? Do you find yourself experiencing people not being very supportive? Do you find yourself experiencing um, people not following through with you, their words and actions not aligning? Do you find yourself experiencing unwanted behaviors by people? Do you find yourself experiencing people devaluing you, ridiculing you? Do you find yourself experiencing people treating you like you are nothing? Do you find yourself experiencing people not including you? Do you find yourself experiencing other people being promoted above you? Do you find yourself experiencing other people getting pay rises over you? Do you find yourself experiencing struggles in your life to pay your bills? Do you find yourself experiencing a feeling of just feeling so alone and not really having anybody having your back? Do you find yourself experiencing people telling you that you can't do what it is that you want, or you can't have the life that you want to live? If any of this right now resonates, then please stay tuned to the end of this video, because I'm going to explain to you why maybe one, two, three, four, or areas of your life feeling like it's not the life that you want to live, and it's not the life that you deserve to live. Maybe you wake up in the mornings or in the middle of the night, actually anxious, knowing that that dreaded having to get up for work is coming. Maybe you're waking up feeling anxious, not understanding how you're going to pay the bills again. Maybe your whole life you've been living that kind of fight or flight, that anxious state, kind of that guard ready to protect yourself. If any of this resonates, it may or may not resonate to anybody, but I'm sure it does. If any of this resonates, then I want you to know you can do something about all of this, and it doesn't have to cost you a single penny. It doesn't have to cost you a single penny. The only thing it has to cost you, if you want to change 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or all of everything that I've said, maybe that's all impacting you. Maybe it's even worse than that. Maybe you're feeling so alone and isolated. You don't even know where to turn. You don't even want to get out of bed right now. But it doesn't have to cost you a penny to turn this around. So let me start here by sharing with you that what I kind of just explained was me. It was me. Not so long ago either. For the majority of my life, that was me. And very unpleasant. But it was so familiar to me, the unpleasantries, whilst they were unwanted. It was kind of like, oh, this is how I get treated. This is how it's going to be. I'm one of the unlucky ones. I'm proof here, elevating my life, surrounded and showered with love, having built a beautiful business, global business, helping millions of people open their hearts. Some I'm never even going to meet. Anything is possible. So I want you to just, even if this is the only part of this video right now that you get, that sinks in, is anything is possible. Even if you said this, if Natalie can go from that to where she is today and wanting to elevate further, because obviously I do, I can start to do it too. So then the next question would then be, well, what did Natalie do? Natalie spent, I spent a lot of time wanting to study, to understand what was going on within me. that created that out there. And it took me a long time to piece it all together. It doesn't have to take you a long time at all. It just has to start with you wanting to change your life and no longer accepting less. So I would do this. I would start here. I would start by writing down every area of my life that I was unhappy with. Don't worry. You're not going to create more of it. You've got to get clear. You can't get clear on what it is you need to get clear on to change it if you're not clear on it. And so pen and paper time is, I actually quite like writing in pencil when I'm doing this. And I call this a rampage of frustration. So this is your rampage of frustration. You know, don't rush it. Sit with it. You may write an A4 kind of book. Don't worry. Keep writing until it stops and come back to it again until you've got it all out. Everything that is frustrating you about your life right now, upsetting you, causing you hurts and pains, everything, write it down. Write it down. Because now you're clear. So maybe you even pause this video and you don't come back to this video for maybe a week or 2 weeks. You go, right, okay. So I'm going to say to myself, if Natalie can change, I can change. And I can believe that anything is possible. Because anything is possible. Just keep saying to that, anything is possible. If Natalie can do it, I can do it. If Steve Harvey can do it, I can do it. It's no different. You know, I just use him as an example. But we can all do it. But it starts with you. You have to want to do it. You have to want to do it. So you're going to do your own page of frustration and you're going to read it. Maybe give yourself a couple of days. We don't rush this. This is not a sprint. Healing and releasing old narratives, which I'll come to Neville in a moment about the everyone as you push out, isn't a sprint. It's a lifelong journey. And we can only do what we can do when we're ready to do what we can do. So we're not forcing anything. We're just going to go with the flow of it. Okay. So let me explain about, everyone as you pushed out. So what you dominantly think, what you dominantly feel, what you dominantly assume to be true, how you act, how you perceive others and life and money and more. When that is dominantly buried within you, ingrained in your personality, let's say, that will be what you then experience, because your inner world, your thoughts, your imagination, the way you feel, what you believe, what you assume, your inner world is projected out of you. And then it's, fake tan gone wrong. Shh. Is projected out of you and then reflected to you by people saying, this is true for you. This is who you are. So these thoughts and these beliefs and these dominant assumptions and your behaviors and what you're currently experiencing is coming from you. And all that is doing is holding a mirror up to you saying, this is who you are by what you're holding on in here, because you create from the inside out. Your thoughts create your outer reality. That might take a bit of time to sink in. This is Neville Goddard's concept of everyone as you pushed out. But everybody as you pushed out, and your outer reality is a reflection of your inner world. And the good news here is that everybody right now is showing you who you dominantly believe you are and believe they are. So guess what? If you change what you dominantly believe you are and they are, that will change. And does it change overnight? Absolutely not. Do we know when it's going to change? No. This is where you have to trust and have faith that the more you tell the story of the life that you do want, how you do want to be seen, how you do want to be treated, the more that is going to reflect to you. We don't know when it's going to start. But you actually will get to a point, if you do remain diligent, which I know you will, with faith on this new way of thinking about yourself, you won't actually care as much as you think that you would right now. Because what happens is, so, shh, don't tell. So what happens is, so this is the old man, this is the new man. So the old version of you is what you're currently experiencing, which is why you're currently experiencing the world as you're currently experiencing it. But the new version of you, the one you're going to now, when I give you more things to do, you're going to start to become when you remain consistent with that. So when you're dominantly in this vibration of this new version of you who likes themselves, who says that they have good friends, who has people that are reliable, who is loved, who is accepted, who is wanted, who is chosen, who is always included, who's always treated respectfully with value. When you're dominantly telling that story as a new version of you, this version of you starts to dissipate. Now, it's a bit of a tug of war. It's a bit of a tug of war to get here and to remain here. But the more you persist in the work that I'm going to share with you to do, the more you'll remain here. And then when you remain here, you'll feel different. You'll feel good. Maybe for the first time in your life, you will feel good. You will feel like you're somebody. You will feel worthy. You will feel deserving. You will feel love for yourself. You know, you will feel finally, I'm worth more than that. I like feeling over here. This feels good. And so then anytime the old man, the old version of you kind of tries to pull you back with old thoughts, negative ones, negative beliefs, evidence of things that people have done to you or that you've done, your only job is to remain over here by continually telling that story. So I told you, this doesn't have to cost a penny, but it does have to cost you this one thing: time. You have to put time into this. The more time you put into it, obviously, the quicker things are going to change outside of you. But you have to do as much as you can with the life that you've got. So, the new identity, you're going to feel good. You're not actually going to really care as much as you think about out there. But the more you work on you here and you build this new inner confidence, this radiant, I look radiant, shiny, this radiant, confident version of you, the more you're going to see people. It could be something very subtle, like somebody saying good morning, just a stranger in the street. It could be very subtle, actually, anytime things like that happen to me now, still I embrace it. Like a gentleman, there was only enough room for me to go one way or for a gentleman to come towards me, and he stepped out of the way so I could move through this kind of narrow pathway. Things like that I remember. I'm so grateful for, because I know I've created that, for to be treated that way, you see. So things might start quite small, but they won't be small to you. They will be significant, because there will be things that you've not ever experienced or haven't experienced in a long time. People holding doors open for you, people saying hello to you, people saying, oh, would you like to sit down on the train? I don't mind standing. People saying to you, look, I know it's a first class seat, but you have my first class seat. I don't mind standing on the train. Whatever it is, you'll be gobsmacked at what you can actually start to experience. And it will start small, but it will build. And the more you keep focusing on this new identity of you, changing these thoughts and these assumptions and the beliefs, and anything that shows up in your outer world that is the opposite of this new story, you're working on it, and in time that that's going to change, because you trust the process now. You trust and you believe. So you understand about everyone as you pushed out. You understand that it's all possible. If Natalie can, why can't I? If I can, why can't you? Exactly. You know exactly now, with the rampage of frustration, what the hell's going on in your life. It's not pleasant, but you now know you've got clarity. Great. And now we can change that. So whatever that story is right now, What I want you to do is I want you to write a big story, a positive story, a transformational journey. I want you to write the new story, a rampage of the life that you do deserve and want to live. Go big. You're going to feel delusional doing it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Write it. Sink into it. Embody this new story of what you want, not what that person tells you can have, or that person, or your mum said, or your dad said when you were a little kid. No. What do you want without fear of being judged for it? What do you want? Write it down. Get crystal clear. Okay. So you're going to spend time on that. Make it dreamy, make it beautiful, because I tell you something, that is going to be your lifeline to continuing on this journey to healing, to releasing the old, so you can start to see your worth and value, to experience more out there. Because you'll come back to this story, and there'll be days you're going to feel delusion. There are going to be days when you want to give up. Come back to this story of the life that you want to live, the life that you know somewhere deep down within you, there's worth in there for you to experience this life. You know, I look at celebrities, not that I want to be like a celebrity and live that kind of life, but, you know, I look at them and I think, well, if they can have success, I can have success. If they can have a massive house, I can have a massive house. We're no different. We're all human beings. It's the only thing is, they just had a little bit more belief in themselves to never give up. Never give up. So now you've got this story, the one that is going to be Super Bowl big, bigger than the Super Bowl big. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be your dream. To get that dream, you have to change this, to change that. So you now need to take the story, and I want you to start thinking about how you can put some intentions to that story that align to this new story of you. So let's say it's about being in a loving relationship. You know, I intend to be loved. I intend to be in a loving relationship. I intend to have an iconic story of a loving relationship to share with my friends. You know, you can break it down into intentions, and you can even you can break it down when it comes to money as well. You know, I intend to never have to worry never have to worry about money again. I intend to always have more than enough money. I intend to be able to pay my bills easily, joyfully, and effortlessly. I intend to follow my passion, doing what I love, whatever that is. I intend to own a big house. You know, you can break it down. So you've got the rampage story of what it is you want, the dream life, but break it down. Now, I say intend because if you're somebody that's literally life is just full of the opposite of what you want, starting with intentions is a very soft way. And I've you know, got so many things, some intentions, specific amounts of money, you know, specific people back into my life through intentions. It does work. But also as well, it's understanding. So you've got the story, you've got the intentions about the story, but now we have to come to you more. So it's, what story do you tell about yourself? So you're going to do a rampage of frustration of the story that you're holding on to about yourself. And then you're going to do a rampage of the story of you want to be able to tell about yourself, that you're lovely, beautiful, sexy, stunning, gorgeous, intelligent, confident, magnetic, wildly attractive, you know, successful, talented, limitless, unstoppable, brave, courageous, fearless, loved, lovable, effortlessly lovable, you know, a goddess, a god, a king, a queen, you know, supported, loved, respected, valued, valuable, wealthy, prosperous, confident, radiating magnetism, mesmerizing, captivating, enchanting, you know, a head turner, you know, complimented, you know, financially abundant, happy, joyful, that you're the luckiest girl or boy in the world. you know. So whatever your story is, if you're having that, the old story being the opposite of what you want to experience, then it's using your new story about yourself and then creating some positive statements about that. And so you can do that with intentions, you can do that with affirmations. So it's your choice. So let's say the new story is that, you know, people commit to me. I'm always committed to effortlessly. People always follow through and do what they say they're going to do. I'm always surrounded by reliable, trustworthy, loyal people that always do what they say they're going to do. People show me so much love. I'm loved because I am love. I am a lovable person. You know, you can then start going down that route, American route. Even, you know, start to say, you know, I'm confident, you know, and maybe you can't say beautiful, but you might be able to say I'm good looking, you know, and you could build it up. But start to create some positive statements about yourself. You know, I'm wanted. I'm a good person. I have value. I'm enough just as I am. I'm growing in confidence. I'm kind. I'm giving. I'm caring. I'm loyal. I'm trustworthy. You know, I have a good heart. I'm worth my weight in gold. You know, I am worthy of a better life for myself. I am worthy of experiencing the abundance that the universe has to offer. I I intend to become an abundant person. I intend to receive all of the love and all of the abundance and all of the goodness that the universe has to offer. You know, I'm a wonderful, kind, loving person. I'm incredible. I'm amazing. Start to tell that story. And if saying I am is too much, it's I intend. I intend to be amazing. I intend to see myself as amazing. I intend to fall in love with myself more and more each day. I intend to increase my confidence every day. I intend for miracles to happen for me every day. I intend for my life to keep getting better and better and better every day. I intend to become more abundant every day. Yeah. So you can do it that way. I intend to radiate more magnetism every day. I intend to become healthier every day. I know this is a long video, but I said this hasn't got to cost you a penny. So you are going to start telling that story. And another thing, which is very, very good, to do with meditations. So find a meditation on YouTube. I've got loads in my playlists about self-love, self-concept. You know, you can use that. That's free. Doesn't cost you anything. It's free. You know, scar is running down my face. It's a bit humid in the UK today. Not that I'm complaining. Just saying, shiny. Somebody said to me the other day, "You're glowing." I probably was glowing the other day. I was like, pfft. But so find a meditation, a self-love, self-concept meditation, and allow these words, even though right now they might be completely unbelievable. That's okay. Don't worry. We all get there. I remember the first 5 affirmations or the first few affirmations I was told to speak in. I was like, what? That's a lie. I'll never forget going, doing that crock of shit. It's a bloody lie. But guess what? Eventually it all sinks in and I started. And now, you know, that's why I can just roll off my tongue. So when you hear these affirmations, and if there's some that kind of trigger you, oh, okay, right, well, let's figure out what is that trigger? Why are you feeling triggered by that affirmation? If some you think, they're never going to be me, okay, well, that's a limiting belief. Why can't it be you? And if some that make you cringe, then why is that making you cringe? Maybe let's just use looks, for example. Maybe you have a belief that you're, you know, you're ugly. But in the meditations, what you're trying to say to yourself and loop throughout the day lightly, because that's what you're going to want to do. So you can catch those old thoughts. You just come back to these new stories. That's all you do is you go, I don't want that. I'm just going to repeat what I want to say. I am, I intend. That's it. That's what you do. So Um, yeah, so let's say that, you know, it's you're ugly. Well, you've been ingrained to believe that you're ugly because no one's ugly. You've just been ingrained to believe that you are ugly. Therefore, people will show you that you're ugly. So to say that you're beautiful or handsome is maybe a little bit too much right now. That's okay. We need to soften it. So you say, like I said, I am good looking. I quite like the way I look. I'm not bad looking. I'm becoming more good looking every day. I intend to see the beauty in my body. I intend to see myself as beautiful. You know, you can do it in any which way. It's small. So we know it's possible. Natalie can, I can. Promise you. Promise you. It's not easy, but it takes faith and consistency and diligence. And then we've got the rampage of frustration, knowing exactly where you are right now, get clarity on every area of your life. Don't sugarcoat it, be honest. And then you're going to fight the rampage of the dream life, of the one that you do want, and make it Super Bowl big. Don't worry, you're going to feel delusional right now. It doesn't matter. But that is going to be the key to you consistently keep moving forward, knowing your worth and building your value within. So you're then going to do a rampage of frustration of the story that you're holding on to about yourself. And then you're going to change that to the story that how you want to see yourself and how you want to be seen. Okay. And then you're going to create some affirmations around that. And going back to the story of your life, you're going to break that down into intentions. You know, I intend, or I am. I think intentions right now is the way to go. So I intend to live in a big house one day. I intend. All we're doing is gently rewiring these old stories, releasing the old to embed with these new, nicer stories. That's it. And the more persistent and diligent you are in it, it will change. Nobody knows how long it's going to take. So don't ask that question. And don't put a timeline on it either, because you're just creating shit in your head. Don't do it. So then you're going to tell the new story about yourself with the positive intentions and affirmations. And you're going to find a meditation, guided meditation on self-love, self-concept. I have some, they're all out there. Joe Dispenza, who doesn't love Joe Dispenza? Oh my God. Anyway, you know, so all of this, it's all out there for free. You've just got to remain consistent with it. It works. This shit works. It's time to release these unwanted stories. It's time to change the life to the life that you deserve, to fully realize the life that you've always dreamt of. It's not an overnight success, but every day you remain faithful to do this, you're getting closer to the life that you deserve to experience. So, I have no idea what I'm calling this video yet, but this is not cost you a penny. It's just cost you a little bit of time, that's all. So to anybody that needs this video, that is currently struggling financially, just do this and just start to feel the shift within, and you will start in time to feel the shift without. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. It takes diligence, persistence, and consistency. You will always be shown in this world what you fear the most, because what you're holding on to is what's shown to you. So you will always be shown what you fear the most, but it's your job to learn to combat that, to embark on this new journey, so you no longer fear that, but you fearlessly walk on the path that you were born to walk on. Okay? Anyway, whatever I'm going to call this video, I have no idea, but please feel free to like it, share, and comment below. Give it a go. You've got nothing to lose but a little bit of time. That's it. Sending you so much love, guys. And as always, I will be back very, very soon.